Sarah Brady of Iron Fire. I'm here just a few days before the 2025 Transvulcania with Martina Valmassoi. Martina, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thanks for having me here. It's great weather and excited to be here.
Great. Yeah, we're delighted to have you here. Thanks for making the time. So it's not your first time. I know you were here in 2023 and you won the race that year. So that was amazing. So what makes you want to come back and do it again?
I've been here many times to work at this race and I've always loved it. So 2023 was my first year running it, and it was kind of like, it was such an amazing experience because it was my first race after a big injury I had in the previous year in the fall. So I was in the best fitness I could have after breaking my pelvis 7 months earlier. So it was a great race, and I'm back because I feel like now I'm definitely in better shape, and I've been healthy for ever since. So I'm really looking forward to try to have a better time and just race again.
Okay, great. Yeah, and 2 years of being healthy for a runner is a good stretch, so well done.
Yeah.
And then I was looking into your last race here, and it was pretty amazing. You won it on the downhill, really. So if I've got this right, I think you were in second for most of the race, and you're 14 or so minutes off the lead at the high point with a half marathon to go, and then you picked up nearly half an hour between there and the finish. So that was incredible. So do you still think that descending is your strong point, or is that just where you were then?
No, I think, I was extremely surprised by that, because I was actually trying to survive the downhill because, as I said, that was the main issue that year for me. After the injury, my leg strength was not there yet, but so I was trying to secure my spot from whoever was behind me, and so I never thought I was gonna catch anyone. And apparently I still did a pretty good downhill, but I think in terms of time it was quite average. Probably the first woman I got lucky because she was definitely taking it more carefully than me. And but yes, so now I know that I have improved in the climb, and I have the legs to try to push harder in the downhill. So we'll see. I'm really curious to see how the race is going to unfold.
Okay, it sounds like you've had a better build-up anyway. So okay. So obviously then, with being injured for a long time before that race, your training was obviously different. So has your volume and all been higher in the last little while?
I think it's just consistency more than volume. But been running. I didn't rush too much into the running season this time, and I think it was probably the first year ever that I've been running a little more during the winter, and then just started and not having to start with the biggest block before a race.
Okay.
And I'm curious, and this race, it's not exactly, it's a pretty runnable race, so I feel like I'm better when it's a little harder, more hiking, but I'm also trying to improve there, and so I really look forward to have a good day, or just to manage.
Okay, and I was going to ask you then about your skimo season as well, and if you mix in a bit of running, but as you said, you did this past season, so.
Yeah, it's kind of, it has been fun because I've been mainly doing some kind of workouts or stride, not really big runs or anything, but it was still nice to just have doing something different than I did before. And I've been still traveling a little bit between the US and Italy, so the conditions were never perfect for skiing, and so it was good to have to be able to run.
Okay. Yeah, you had some success though. You podiumed at Piramenta again.
That was fun. Yeah, it was really nice. It was great adventure, a great experience with Katie Scheid, and It was her first time on the podium and on the first wave of Pyramenta, so that made her really happy. And for me, yes, it was an honor, of course, to be racing with her. It was really great. And it's just like, it's a hard race, but it can really make you fitter.
Of course, yeah.
Yes.
It sounds like it really complements your running. Yeah, very good. And then just to just to recap a little of since your last race here. So the following year, then you won like another big island race, the Madeira Island Ultra Trails. So how do you find that one compares to this race?
Oh yeah, it's both the races are in two islands, but it's so different. Like Madeira is just like so much more like steep climbs and steep downhills. Here for sure there's some steep parts, but it's it's a pretty fast and runnable race. I don't know if they can compare much. Also the terrain, I feel it's like here is a lot more sand and hard ground, and there is like steps and concrete, but it's fascinating. But I like to race in both the scenarios, so it's cool.
Yeah, it's good to mix it up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you did UTMB last year as well, and you finished 9th, which is great. And I wasn't sure, was that your first, actually, I know you've done long races, I wasn't sure, was that your first 100-mile finish?
Yeah, that was my first 100-mile finish in 2022. The longest race I finished before UTMB last year was a TDS in 22, which it's almost 100 miles, and in terms of time it's really long, but yeah, for sure.
And you won that one, of course, as well, so you're pretty solid in the long distance stuff.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure it out, because in 23 I dropped out from UTMB, and so last year was the first try, and of course it feels like lots of things went wrong, but also I have to acknowledge that lots of things went well, because I was still top 10 at UTMB, and it's not easy.
Of course.
And but so I'm also really looking forward to go back there with more experience and knowing a little bit more about my body and how I react like after 16, 17 hours, which is a little bit my most of the races I've done there were like shorter than that, so that's the turning point.
Okay, and then going forward, you hope to keep kind of mixing up the distances, because this one's obviously a little bit shorter. And okay.
Yeah, I look forward. This year I keep the distance a little shorter than UTMB. This one for sure it's gonna feel fast. It's going to feel fast, yes. And then I'm gonna be towing the line at Lavaredo, which is my home race, and I've been there only once, so for the 80K, and so I'm really looking forward to that one. And it's more than 100K, but it's quite fast course, so I think this race will potentially prepare me well for the next one.
Okay, yeah, and you're quite a prolific racer as well. I've seen you tend to do you do Transvulcania, and then you can do something else a month later, so it seems to work well for you. Yeah,
I don't like to race too much, but I like to, when it's doable, to just mix it up and just keep it fun. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then lastly, because you've been on this course before, but I think the conditions were maybe not very nice when you raced here in 23, so is there any part of the course that you're looking forward to seeing, hopefully in better conditions?
The high part, above El Pilar, at sunset, last year was really windy and foggy, so we couldn't really look around much. There was nothing much to see. So I hope maybe that this year is better, but we'll see. It doesn't seem like it's going to be great weather. If it rains down here in Tazacorte, I would not mind, to be honest, because I'm not dealing well with the heat. And so here, even in 23, when it was cold and windy up high, here was really, really warm, and so it was kind of shocking just going down the on the downhill. But we'll see. It's gonna be pretty much the same for everyone, so
You just roll with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I hope you have a fantastic time out there anyway. And yeah,
Thank
we
you
look
so
forward to
much.
seeing you on the course. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Thanks to you.